Hi everyone, it's Taylor. I'm here with the Nicolette's team and I will let them introduce themselves.
Joanne, you want to start?
I am Joanne.
I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Amanda, and we are the Southold design crew for Nicolette's for the Home.
Thank you guys so much for doing this. I so appreciate it, and I know they're going to be very excited. So, Amanda, tell us a little bit about Nicolette's, like how long it's been open, the history, what do you specialize in?
So, we are technically a 47-year-old business. The Southold location opened in 2018, but we have been in Massapequa on North Broadway since the 70s. We actually started as a nursery and still are today, so we're a garden center out there. Then about 25 years ago, the owner's parents, the current owner now, John Nicolette, his parents, who were the original owners, opened up the gift shop side of it about like 20 years ago, and then they changed the name from Nicolette and Vita Garden Center to Nicolette's for the Home, which is what we are now. So there is still a home decor shop there, and in, like I said, 2018, we opened up the second location, and I run this location. So, and I'm also the principal designer here. So this was a unique marriage of me actually just starting to work with them part-time just because I needed a creative outlet, and I was working for a corporate millwork company, and I was just doing cabinetry designs for high-end kitchens, and but my degree was in interior design, so I was missing this huge gap in my field that I was really desiring. So that creative outlet, I was introduced through an acquaintance to the Nicolette family. So when I met John and his sister Liz, I started doing little how-to events in their Massapequa location, and that sort of morphed into home styling, which really took off. And then I was offered a full-time position, which I was so anxious about because I was leaving a corporate job with benefits to go over a small business, but it was the best decision I ever made. So that was the birth of this store.
How did you know that design was something that you loved?
I didn't. So I actually started my career, I guess you would say, in aviation. So I started flying when I was in high school and thought that was what I was going to do for my whole life. And then I was always into interior design. I was always painting, redoing my room. And then when I came back from North Dakota from college, I decided to go back to Suffolk. So I went for interior design. It was something I was interested in, and I absolutely loved it.
That's awesome. So what have been your favorite projects? I know that you're into like the bathroom and kitchen now, but like what's been like your all-time favorite thing that you've done?
Oh my gosh, I've done a lot of really good projects. Probably one that we finally wrapped up was a whole house project in Mattituck, which we partnered with North Fork Woodworks for that project. It's a traditional project, a traditional home, but we renovated it from the top down, and that client is just super special to me, and she's just got a great story, and every ounce of that house has so much meaning, and I just love it. But I just think that like there's so many projects that we do that I could say that almost for everybody. We really have been blessed with great clients.
Yep. Right. Do you have like a signature or a vibe kind of thing?
We were just talking about this before. I don't know. Like I say I'm traditional, but they vary.
She's vintage.
They say vintage.
Love that.
I definitely avoid everything vintage. I do not like antiques. I'm a modern type of gal, and but yeah, I think that it really truly depends upon the client as well. And I think that's something that we're all pretty good at, is really just building that relationship right away and getting to see what they really love, what they really want to have their home to really look like. And so it really, it varies. Like we definitely add our touch in there, but bye Cody. But yeah, I mean, it's really about the customer, I think, more than anything.
I could say that we can all identify, like, I would say Lindsay is probably more contemporary, but then, like, a bit of coastal and clean.
That's so funny.
Yeah, and airy, which is, like, that's how I envision her design style. But, like, when we get our clients, it doesn't really matter what our personal style is. We're catering to the client.
Yeah.
And then owning that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like when you just described each of your styles, I can like picture that. Like,
Yeah.
that makes
Yeah.
sense.
So funny.
Yeah.
Also, Dakota.
Oh, he's
Yes.
right here. He's a coffee table now.
A boy.
Yeah,
dog.
he's a Brady
The
boy.
Brady
Yes. Yes.
That's so funny.
We call him Cody, and he's always usually here at the shop. And yes,
Yes.
you can pick him up. But if you're dressed in a UPS outfit,
Oh.
Amazon, FedEx,
Stay
he
away.
will attack you.
There he
There he
goes.
goes.
Yeah.
He's
He'll be
done
back.
with
Yes.
us. So just a general question for anyone can answer. What do you like about working at Nicolette's? I know it's very open.
We talk about this actually all the time. And I'll say, like, you know, obviously it's great because it's a creative place where the line of work that we're in, we're allowed to be creative, and we have really great collaborative days when we're all like firing on all cylinders. We're bouncing stuff off of each other.
AKA, we all took our ADHD medication.
That's what usually happens. And, you know, those are great days. They're not always like that. There's some days where no matter what you do, it's just not hitting. But I think the biggest thing for me is the family that we work for.
Yes.
Yes.
I can't say enough about how they make us feel so included in everything,
Yeah.
you know, like we're part of the family, we're actually blood. So
Yeah.
they are, just to be able to work for somebody that you know truly cares about their business like they do, their customer like they do, and then us, like their own family, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I've never had anything like that in my life.
Yeah.
So
And
it's a really great business.
I'm an outsider. Everyone is somehow connected in this business. I'm the only one who doesn't have a sister or cousin that lives in here. But
Yes.
definitely, but I definitely feel like this is my family, my second family. And
Yeah.
not to mention, there's a little baby,
Yeah, Ralphie, my
little
son.
Ralphie.
He's usually here too.
He definitely sweetens the pot.
He
Yeah, he
does.
does. Yeah, I would say John. He's the owner, John Nicolette.
Mm-hmm.
And he's what drives us, I feel like, to come to work every single day.
And to be better.
Yeah.
every
And to
single
be
day.
better. Yeah, we do everything for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's great.
And by the way, we're sisters. If you
Yeah.
haven't
I kind of figured. Didn't say, but
Wait, who do you think's older?
Oh no.
Yeah.
You have to.
No, you have to answer this.
Oh, no.
Yeah. That's right. I know your question.
So can I have a hint?
No.
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 Don't mess it up.
I don't know.
Just say, like, who do
You're
you
both
think?
so beautiful. I don't know. Are you older?
No! Effing! Everybody always thinks I'm older!
I'm out.
Duh.
It's only 2 years.
It's
Don't
only
worry about
2,
it. It's
so
okay.
yeah.
It's okay.
Jeez.
Oh my
I knew
gosh.
it. Fail.
Okay, we still love
It's her
well, I
puppy.
love
She's
you.
sweating now.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so Joanne, what are some tips that you would have for someone who wants to completely redesign their home?
That's a big one. Probably the biggest thing I would say is that it's great. Everyone has dreams and hopes and, you know, puppies and kittens and rainbows. You have to do your research and know how much it's going to cost you.
Yeah.
That's the end all be all. That's the one thing I would just say. You know, we can help you from there, but the first thing you need to do is absolutely do your research and see how much any renovation, any scale of renovation is going to cost you.
Yep.
And right now, labor's at a premium.
Materials.
Materials are at a premium. We can always work with, you know, a budget when it comes to different materials and things like that. You really can't work with a budget when it comes to labor. So that's just probably the biggest thing that I would say for somebody to keep in mind. Labor is a fixed cost. We can always fluctuate on product. So that's, and just defining your budget. We can help you with that as long as you know at least where you're going with a budget.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and like to piggyback off of that, I think Cody's gonna get into that really soon. I think to piggyback off of that, I would say the being realistic with how long renovation takes is probably by far one of the most underrepresented ideas for most people. Most people think that, so like I always say normal kitchens take 2 to 3 months, a bathroom is 1 to 2 months. If it's a master bathroom with a full huge upgrade, it's the same as a kitchen, even though the space is smaller in square footage, because the same amount of things have to be done that get done in a kitchen, meaning like touched. So, and then like now, kitchens are like 3 to 4 months, if not more, depending on, again, if you're going with entry-level cabinetry, direct replacement, or if you're reinventing the wheel. And then, of course, plan everything in advance before you pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Know what you're doing, know what your plan is, order as much as possible, go in a contract, put your deposit down with your contractor. But I think that's the biggest thing that most people also don't realize that they need to do in today's day and age. And I don't think it's going to get better for a while.
Yeah. Right. And I will say too, like, we do help with that, like, whole process. So, like, when you eventually do hire a design, whatever designer that you end up going with, they will help you. A good one will help you stay sane. Yeah. They will be the point person for all of that stuff. They'll be the one who contacts the contract. Like, you don't have to be the one to handle it. You don't take the weight of the world on your shoulders. That's what the designer is for. Yeah. So that's why. And
I think the old school mindset is like, don't talk about budget. Where it's like now, like when you're talking to your designer, it's not a contractor, right? And like we need to know that.
Yeah. It's the main part.
It's the main part.
Really is. It helps us a lot.
Yeah, like how we wouldn't know how to design or how to work within your scope unless you talk about budget. So like if someone says they can only afford $30,000, but then they're showing us all these photos of like these beautiful kitchens or bathrooms, we're like, well, that's a $70,000 bathroom. And like we'll kind of like bring them back to reality, and it's not like. That conversation for us is really important because we don't want to over design and then all of a sudden like they can't afford it and then there's heartbreak and disappointment, etc.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it's so important for people to hire a designer and know that that's very important because you can get overwhelmed so easily.
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot. Like,
especially with things being so accessible now. Like ideas. It was never like that before.
It's like an inundation of information. You just have almost too much out there.
Yeah, there's a lot of options.
And especially
come over here.
Oh.
You gotta take it. He's not gonna jump. You gotta take it. No.
It's only me who does that too, don't worry. It's mama.
I know that everyone loves Pinterest. I mean, I love it and everything, but like you can get carried away on that.
It's a rabbit hole.
It's a rabbit hole.
It's a rabbit hole. That's a
I don't go on Pinterest. I can't.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah,
I can't. It's too much for my brain.
And with things taking time, it's the same thing with window treatments. Like it takes a long time to get your product, but like at the end of the day, it's beautiful. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you wanted.
Yep. Totally.
It's
totally.
journey of the process.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Okay, I forget who was going to answer this, but are there any local vendor products that you want to highlight in your store?
There are. We actually have a few. We have Touch Goods, which is down the road. Her name is No-No. We call her No-No, but it's Noreen. We also have Heather from In the Attic too. She is in Mattatuck now. She's changed a few locations, but she's in Mattatuck. And then we also just went to Brimfield's and got a bunch of authentically vintage pieces, which is very cool. If you want to come here and check that out.
So those who don't know what Brimfield is, Brimfield, Massachusetts is one of the largest antique shows ever. And we go there and we source vintage, unique, one-of-a-kind finds. So we have a few one-off pieces in the store. And then our girl Heather over at In the Attic, she will refinish some stuff too for our clients. So while her product is not necessarily represented in our store, she's like a huge resource for us.
Right.
And then Noreen Pinocchio over at Touch Goods, we utilize her for very expensive modern products because it's just like not something that we normally carry. But her whole store is mid-century modern. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Awesome. I just wanted to remind everyone that's watching, go ahead and ask any questions. I think we'll come back and do that, but for now, are we ready for a tour?
Yeah!
Okay. All right,
okay.
Let's go.
Come on, please. You can lead. Lead the tour.
It is so crazy.
Alright, so Lindsay, do you want to tour the spaces? I'll judge this up. You can go to the point of sale room. Don't worry,
Okay, so this is the POS room, point of sale room. We have this little room.
Cute.
It's a lovely little room.
I love all this stuff over here. That's so pretty.
Every room has different vibe
in
the store. So, we try to kind of make it like a different mood in every room you go into. It's a different feel.
I love all the oranges in here. That's what's standing out to me.
And then this is the kitchen. This is the yes. This is the wow room.
It is a wow.
Yeah, so we have the built-in fridge over there, the Thermador built-in fridge,
Cool.
which is definitely gets a lot of attention. Everyone always wants to know, hey, what fridge is this? Oh, this is so cool. I want this in my house.
Right.
So this is actually just, if you want to look at the cabinetry line or look at the cabinetry, it's an inset type of cabinet, so it's definitely a higher end look. The cabinet is inset inside the base frame. These are custom. We do have a line that we do custom cabinets with as well. So.
Oh, great. Awesome.
Yeah, it definitely gives a higher end look. We have the darker island here, which is definitely a very popular choice for a lot of people to do the white perimeter and then the island darker. If you take a look at another thing here, this countertop. This is a very, very popular color in Cambria, Scarra Bray. A lot of people love that. That's another
so pretty.
showstopper.
Yeah.
Yeah, this kitchen is really unique because we utilize 3 different countertops, 3 different cabinetry styles, 3 different colors.
Yep.
But yet, if it was all stripped from all the decor that you see,
It makes sense
so
together.
neutral. But we have to obviously show as much. So we have lifestyle settings. So it's a lot different than a typical showroom where you can't see the stuff.
Right.
In a real house, like you see it in a warehouse setting. So you obviously have real actual lighting. And I think it really helps people visualize what it will look like in their own home. And then our upstairs offices, we have all the door samples, all the stone samples, but we don't have we don't keep it all on the sales floor because we want people to ask us the question. We want people to walk through it with us. Yeah, so it's great.
Yeah. And then we'll take you through to the living room.
Awesome.
So this house is actually was built in 1862. It's a Dutch colonial. It's on the historic registrar, and the home has a lot of character. That fireplace, the mantle is actually built with the floorboards that were in the basement. So that was kind of cool. We added the chef lab to the top, but the rest of the moldings, everything was all here. We obviously had to add track lighting because that wasn't in. But we have rotated this room around so many times. In fact, that fireplace has probably been like 15 colors. If I
Really?
yeah. So the molding has been different colors. So we're actually getting more cabinetry displays in. So a lot of the stuff is going to be changing. We change frequently, and the Massapequa location is totally different than this one. So besides being a nursery on the outside, like we like to say we're sisters but not twins.
Right.
So then we get the vibe, but this whole space is going to have a lot of an elevated look. And then come next year, it's going to be a lot different because we're catering more for interior design. So this is our coastal collection right now in the foyer. And the coastal collection is super simple, classic.
Yep.
Love that. Very cool.
And then if you want, you can go to
This
the
way?
Yeah. So we'll go straight and then go through the left area here, which is the old existing bathroom. So what we did in here was, this is a Rifle & Co. wallpaper that has the taupe neutral tones with a little pop of that muted blue. The floor must have been redone at some time. It's like a Home Depot special. We added the reclaimed wood vanity that's there. Obviously, we have some vintage finds in here as far as furniture is, furniture goes. And then we have, this is our craft-made cabinetry line, which is our semi-custom line. And this basically, it looks like it's a nice built-in, but we kind of like show everything. So there's a knife divider,
Oh, very
cutting
cool.
board, soft close. We have our divider system that has just our storage in it. But again, it's lifestyle set. So this kind of just shows people like how they can envision a space and all the different things that you can do with a space.
I'm sure people love that they can actually see it, like in action.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
that's very cool.
And they can touch and feel it, everything. So this space is also another vanity that we have through Craft Made. This is a Banjo style vanity. Again, just showing people what they can do differently in a space that's really small and unique. We created a faux wall with a shiplap just to sort of have like a landing spot for everything. But then as you can tell, we have some vintage finds, standard reproduction finds, and again, this all changes constantly. It's forever changing.
Like every single piece of furniture that you see in this store is going to be in a different room.
Or gone, something else replaced it. So then behind you here, this is our little small room that's always problematic. This is actually going to be our window treatment room that we're working on. So currently we have, these are our stock drapery, but we're going to be getting into custom drapery, which I'm sure you can appreciate.
Absolutely.
So we have, this will be converted into that. And then this is again craft made, which is our semi-custom line, one of them. And then we made a little like locker sort of setup so people can see what that looks like too.
Very cool.
And these are washable rugs.
Oh, nice.
We have all different sizes. They're awesome. And they have really pretty designs. This is from Soraya.
Gorgeous.
And then in our front porch, so this porch is, was redone, I don't even know how many years ago, but this is forever changing too. So currently we have green and blacks with some natural tones, some vintage collections. We have a real stadium 3-seater bench. That's a vintage dining table from Mexico. There's a drop leaf table that's straight ahead of you that has that like pale green to it, but then we mix it with like modern elements. So this whole store is essentially that whole vibe. We will be putting a new display here, most likely a bathroom display, come next year. And then we have a small little modern farmhouse display as well, with a drop-down peninsula with a mitered 2-inch matte finish on the quartz top.
I love this. This is so
to have
great.
a metal sink.
Very cool. So how do you like that there's like so many antiques and stuff? Like I feel like that like brings character to a space.
You know what it was? We used to not carry it that much, and then people just like out here love it.
Right, yeah.
So we started really doing that more. Like the bench that's right here is actually a Canadian white pine bench. Canadian white pine is really rare to find. So it's a unique piece. It's extremely long, but it's got a really great character to it. And I have to say, most people who come to the North Fork like really want these unique one-off pieces, and they combine them with like ultra modern.
Right.
A lot of people from Brooklyn who are coming out here, or from like, you know, like Western Nassau, and they're coming out and they want their house to have a whole different vibe.
Yeah.
So I would say that's probably what most people do. You have a lot of historic homes out here, so they're converting these small spaces into these like adorable, like, they're not afraid of color. So it's different.
It's fun.
And we're forever changing. And like design right now is in like a really big shift, believe it or not, to actually traditional with modern elements.
Laura, the one of the owners of Homestead, just pointed out the little avocados. That these are so cute.
They're so cute.
They're so cool.
Those
Oh,
are
I
so
love this.
clever
I actually need that. That's so cute. I love making guac.
Wait, come make us. So yeah, so that's really essentially what the store is. Upstairs, which I won't take you because it's a hot mess, is the offices, the storage stuff, but which is where most of our clients come and they'll do their like their sit with us. We create mood boards, digital mood boards for our clients when they sign on board. We do procurement for them for design services. We obviously design cabinetry. We sell them the cabinets, the countertops, the hardware, lighting fixtures, tile, everything. So it's like a hybrid. Like you would never think that when you walked in here that like we would also be a kitchen and bathroom.
Right.
Yeah.
And it looks like so nice. Like it all fits together perfectly.
Yeah.
Like it's not anything.
Yeah.
Nothing's like sticking out. You know what I mean?
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So we can come back.
Oh, let me get the stuff set up again.
They love the little avocados. They love that sink that was in the front. Yeah.
That one's a favorite.
That's definitely a favorite. Yeah.
We do have a couple of questions. Oh, I forgot we had. Yeah.
Hold on.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
What's the headbox?
It's in the closet. Yep.
Back in the closet.
Back in the closet.
Back in the closet. Okay.
I tried to like rejudge after we left.
Oh yeah. Okay. There you go. All right.
Cody. Hi.
Here.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much.
A little bit. It's a little dirty.
Oh yes. So we're gonna be doing a giveaway. So we're gonna be doing a $100 gift card to any of your viewers.
Awesome.
So I don't know how you want to figure out who gets it.
I will do a raffle.
Okay, awesome.
But
And then we're also going to do a free 1-hour consult for a client for any room in their home. So that's a $185 value as well.
wow, guys, that is amazing. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Okay. There were questions and I forgot because I'm stunned. Oh, okay. So for someone that wants to start their design journey with you guys, what would that look like? Like, do they have to make an appointment to come in and view everything, or can they just walk in? Or
So they could do either or. You can walk in or make an appointment. When you email us, we will send you a link that you'll just quickly fill out this form that just gives like your information as your name, your address,
Project size.
your deadlines, all that stuff, just to help give us a better idea before we set up an appointment to come and look at your space.
Yeah.
And we go from there.
Yeah, so if you're interested, I would say email us is the best thing. It's nicolettes.kitchens@gmail.com.
That's good. That's good to know.
And you'll post all the information.
oh
too.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so typically someone walks in, like, and anyone can just like walk in and then just like ask a few questions. But if you want to have a more in-depth consult, we always recommend a phone call, and or an appointment, like the girl said. And then if you want us to come out to your home, we do charge a $200 fee for coming out to view your home, measure, and actually do the in-home. But that typically follows the phone call, and we can really gauge whether or not someone is ready for that next step. And then from there, if someone agrees, and we will then work on a proposal for design services. We'll email them the design proposal for how much services will be and what will be included in those services.
The hours, everything.
And then from there, if they say yes, and we go into contract, then we start with the concept phase, the conceptual part of it. So that's the mood boards, that's the pulling of all the materials, and we don't do just like ideas, like we actually pull the legit items. So it's not like, oh, this is an idea of pink, like this is the pink color we want. And then of course, once a customer says yes to everything, then the procurement stage starts, where we start ordering everything for the client, getting everything staged, create all the floor plans for the contractor, call out anything that has to happen as far as lighting is concerned, tile pattern layouts, floor stains, paint colors, everything.
And we have a working spreadsheet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is very good to know.
Oh yes, yeah.
Between the client and ourselves, the live Excel, it's Google Sheet.
You can share
And
it, so
they can see where we're at with ordering, so they know that they're on budget, what's been ordered, basically what has to be ordered, and we put links for everything in there too, so they can, if they ever want to, show somebody, hey, I ordered this
Like my pendants, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can just click it. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I'll definitely put your socials in the group, but do you want to plug them right now?
Good. Plug your social.
Mine?
Yes.
So my personal design social is Juliana Design, so that's GIULIANO Designs. Our studio page is Nicolette, NICOLETTES _kitchens. And then we are also Nicolette's for the home, and that's an underscore with each word. That's just too long to describe. And then you guys don't really have designs.
No.
So.
yeah. We're working on it.
Working on being better at social media. Yeah.
And then Cody, do you have one?
Oh.
No. Anything you want to say? Surprisingly not.
Surprisingly.
No.
Woo! Yeah.
So thank you guys so much.
You're
It was
welcome.
so much fun. I see someone's typing something.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna run quickly.
Oh, do you want your iPad? It's right here.
Oh, I have a question. I can't see it on there. I don't know. What's your suggestion for people making good or better use of unusual or special accessories or pieces to use in their home?
So meaning like something that's an heirloom? Is that what they're referring to?
Yeah, or maybe like a more unique piece. That's how
a non-traditional
piece.
I would say that's like your accent, your pop. Like I feel like that's actually really common now. That people are getting like really cool one-off pieces that have a story or a history to it. And then, okay, so maybe the color doesn't sit well with you. You can, get it refinished, or, restain, repainted.
Definitely what Heather from In the Attic can help with.
Yes, that's
true.
Yep, and I think that's a great thing, especially because a lot of people have items that are like their parents or something like that. They don't want to,
pieces.
Yeah, they don't want to part with it, and they want to incorporate it into their style. So we actually love those pieces and those challenges because I think that can actually really be a signature item in a space.
Yeah, I think it's worth saying, embracing something like that too is really important, you know, and not just, maybe not even be the piece, but let's just say the style of your home in itself. If you have a really old home, to reinvent the wheel and make it all, you know, a white kitchen, super airy, like maybe that just doesn't go with the vibe. I know for me, with our house that we just purchased, it was built in the 40s, and you know, it's like an old cape, and we're kind of like going with the vibe of it a little bit, and we're keeping the kitchen kind of traditional, like stained woods, all that kind of stuff. Maybe I wouldn't necessarily do that in another house, but I kind of like let it take me there, like let that, like the kind of like the vibe of the whole house just take me there, and I'm in love with it. I'm so excited for it. So,
and like I would say white is like 80% of what we sell, maybe 90%. But like I would say white is not practical for 80% of our clients. And like it's really hard to get people to step outside of that because they get so fixated on what they see on TV and social media. And let me just say this, white photographs, the best. But in real life, it's the worst. You see every crack, every flaw, every imperfection. But I think design and in the cabinetry world, it's changing as well. You have like your oaks, your cherries.
Stains are
coming back. Yeah, a lot of naturals, earth tones. But just not what we used to do, which was the cream cabinets with the brown glaze, new Venetian gold countertops, and marble. I think that not glazed is not, like, that's not coming back. But the warmer whites are in.
Warm in general is coming back. Over the cooler tone kitchens.
Which is fine, because we've been on gray and white and cool tones for like almost 20 years. So, I think we're ready to move on.
So I think this is kind of what you guys are saying, but do you think that it's more important to follow something that's kind of timeless rather than trendy?
Yes.
Because I know that the all white is very in right now, or it was. Things are coming back, but like, what do you think about that?
I think for your base pieces, stick with something that you consider timeless. Because what you consider timeless may not be what somebody else considers timeless. So, you know, I have a customer right now, and you know, for them, white cabinets is just something that they think for their family is going to be the most timeless, and they won't get sick of as much. But they're a very simple type of taste. If something for you, like my personal opinion, stained cabinets, I think are a little bit more timeless, like just wood, you know. So it's pretty timeless. But you know, it really just depends upon what you feel you can live with the longest, and make that whatever your base piece is, whatever your investment piece is going to be, whatever that is, whether that's furniture, your kitchen, your bathroom, your flooring, whatever that is that you want to invest in, make that be your traditional thing for you.
So I would always say keep those things cleaner, less detailed. So I mean, like cabinet door styles for the longest time, raised panel was such a big thing. Arch doors, well, the cathedral, and then it changed to the eyebrow arch. So I would say that like anyone who has a square raised panel door still is more timeless than those guys. So less is more in those terms. Even if you went with the cherry and it was stained in a red tone, and now you want to be more ashy or brown, like that's still like a more timeless thing that you can easily translate. Furniture, the same thing. Don't have as many ornate items. Keep that simpler. Things that you can go super trendy. Countertops, light fixtures, backsplash, hardware. That stuff can be replaced. The floors, the cabinets, like that's the harder stuff. So.
I think we have another question or maybe a comment.
Do you need to scroll?
Right here. How do you refinish a piece from the 1920s? I have a wood vanity from my grandmother and want to bring it with us when we move, but it sticks out like a sore thumb.
What color? Whatever color it is.
What color is it?
I obviously you can do chalk paint if you actually want to paint it a color.
Chalk paint is very durable.
Very forgiving.
And very forgiving.
Yes. But a lot of the people who really like to finish like to use cabinet grade finish paint. Yeah. And then
Oh, she said a yucky brown.
Well, things that are really popular right now, believe it or not, I know it's like a thing, but it's like that oven spray that like everyone's been doing to lighten up a piece. And it's literally what it sounds like. You spray your piece of furniture outside with oven cleaner, and then you just let it sit. And then it brightens up the wood and makes it look more of that
like reclaimed wood.
Yeah, reclaimed driftwoody sort of like light wood. But if you actually want to paint it a color, like I said, clay paints, chalk paints, those are all really forgivable. So your clay paints are Mrs. Mustard Seed has a really good one. Annie Sloan is a really good chalk paint. Valspar and Sherwin-Williams both make chalk paints, but you can get those at Lowe's.
And then they also have companies like BB Frosh that you can get the additive.
Yes.
And just add it to any paint that you want, and you can paint right over whatever's on there, whether it's stained or painted. You can paint right over it. You don't have to prime the surface at all.
Nope. No sanding, no nothing.
Awesome. What do you think of chalk painting old furniture?
We love it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a DIYer, it's the
so
way to
fun.
go.
It's so fun.
Because literally the prep work is nothing. Like, all you have to do is, like, take off the doors if you even want to. Like, it's so forgiving. So the first coat always looks like shit. The second coat is a little bit better. Third coat is primo, and then you wax it once it dries, and that's it. Yeah. We did a whole set of furniture for my first house together, and it was really fun, and it came out really, really nice. Yeah, and now I want her to throw it out.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so just a fun question that I just thought of. This was end so long ago.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
So, what's a must-have in either a kitchen or a bathroom? You can pick.
A bidet.
A bidet? A bidet. Really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah,
For a human being.
For a human being.
Kitchen, bathroom doesn't matter. As a human being,
Yes.
get a bidet.
Get a damn bidet. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, they make toilet seat conversions. Toto actually has a built-in accessory. I can't remember if Kohler does. But like Toto, for example, which is a toilet company, you can literally add an add-on for a toilet seat. It's like from them, it's like an extra $600 onto the toilet, but it's like all built in.
Right.
You can actually buy them off of Amazon. If you don't have electric in your bathroom, like close to your toilet, you can put batteries in them.
Oh.
And it is like the
Eco-friendly.
best invention.
Eco-friendly because you're not wasting wipes or toilet paper.
Exactly.
I know this really took a turn that maybe everybody was ready for, but no pun intended, it is definitely worth the investment.
Yeah. I would say like things like that, right in bathrooms, and then in kitchens, I would say actually it's internal components. I would rather see a client change the door style or like tone down let's say their molding package or something, than cut out internal accessories for organization. Because the biggest thing that most people regret after they've done a renovation is not pulling the trigger, because everybody says, I'll add it after. And then by the time you're done, your nerves are so shot, your wallet is so drained, you don't want to add any of the extras in.
Yeah.
Right.
Just do it in the beginning, pull the trigger, and if you have to just change the door style.
Where in reality, at the rollouts, you don't need the 12-piece crown.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
Yep. Lily, anything?
Oh my gosh. Put on the spot. Guys, if you haven't noticed, I'm not that great. Being put on the spot stuff.
You don't have anything.
Put on the spot. Put on the spot.
Alright. Think about it, we'll come back.
Put on the spot.
I think we're good. So everyone, please come to Nicolette's and Southold. It's been amazing being here. As you've seen, it's gorgeous in here. It's so cute. They have amazing things. Call them, hit them up on their Instagram. They have a Facebook. Is your email on your website?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright, so email them if you want a consultation. And remember that there's a giveaway, so good for you for joining.
Yes.
Anything else you want to add?
We're located at 53245 Main Road in Southold. We're right on the main drag on Route 25. Our phone number is 631-407-5417. We're open 7 days a week, 10 to 5, and you will find one of the three of us here, and always this little round, fresh turd right here.
So come pick up Cody.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That's very exciting.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everyone. Again, I'm Taylor from Homestead Window Treatments, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.